Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all of my kings, queens, princes, and princesses, happy Tuesday. You're now officially dropping jewels with Julien Virgin. I am your host, Julien Virgin. It's my honor to be here with you on this Tuesday. Let me go ahead and toss this up real quick. Boom. Today's show is going to be dope because it's going to be real. Because dropping jewels with Julien Virgin is real people having real conversations about real issues that we all face. And me bringing that jewel out of the conversation and giving it back to y'all in an interesting yet a captivating way. So on today's show, I will be talking to my great friend. His name is DeOnYa, Caro Voice Media, somebody that I met working with for a couple years at the number one station here in Atlanta, V103, WAOK, and 92.9 The Game. And we're going to be talking about gratitude. So without further ado, let's get this thing started.
Julien Virgin.
Again, welcome back to Dropping Jewels with Julien Virgin. I am your host, Julien Virgin. Before we get into our featured guest, my man DeOnYa, I want to talk about some things. Talk about how the week's been. Since I last talked to you last Tuesday when I had my boy T Hodges in, it's been a little bit of been hustling, man. Wednesday night, I do the Underground, a safe space for artists and creators to express themselves each and every Wednesday night at Atlanta Breakfast Club, Chicken and Waffle, Nitro Coffee Counter. We do that. It was a great show, real intimate show that week. Very, very intimate show. But I love the intimate shows whenever we're able to really just talk about a lot of different things. We talked about accountability, which we talked about last week on Dropping Jewels. And it was great to just watch the performances, see everybody do their thing. Thursday night, I spin records at Rock Steady, which is an Afro-Caribbean restaurant here in Atlanta on Marietta Street. I love being there because I'm able to really get deep into my music bag, spin these records, all different types of sounds, really based in Afro beats. But I go all the way from Afro to hip hop to R&B to a little old school to even reggae, deep reggae. And as a selector, I don't even like to call myself a DJ, but just as a selector, I really enjoy places where I'm able to just select and not have the pressure of a turned up party or I'm able to just set the vibration. I like to say I'm a vibe provider. I'm a mood manager. So each and every Thursday, I am at Rock Steady playing music and really had a good time doing that. Friday, my mom and my little brother got into town. Saturday, I announced at NFC Fight Night 140, which took place at Tannery Row Ale House. It was super dope. Another great night of amateur and professional fights. And I just love being a part of that promotion because, again, I love mixed martial arts. But having a platform to where I could go and I could interview some of these fighters, seeing these guys get better at their craft and seeing them fight different people, I really appreciate just the opportunity to do that. And I think the most unique part about Saturday, NFC Fight Night 140, I was able to bring my little brother. My little brother, Noah, he's 15. And he lives in Chino Hills, California. So I don't get to see him often. But whenever he comes into town, I always try to make sure I take him with me along my journey, whatever I'm doing. So I took him to the fights this weekend. And instead of just having him sit there cage side and watch the fights, I had him inside the cage cleaning up in between the rounds, cleaning up the sweat, the blood, the tears in the cage, and the ring girls walking by him. And it was just an amazing experience. And I'm happy that he had an opportunity to see what I do and see how I feel. And I mean, not see how I feel, see what I do and see how I operate in my element. So I had a great time doing that. Sunday, my mother, she had her own jewelry show. Shout out to Buy Pebbles, buypebbles.com. She had her own jewelry show at her friend's house, and it's great to see my mom, just see her physically, but also see her evolve in her business. For years, my mom worked at Sephora. She was a general manager at Sephora all throughout Georgia, but she ended up leaving that because, corporate America will stress you out. But seeing her parlay her skills from Sephora and parlay that now into her own business, which is Buy Pebbles, where she makes handmade adornments and bracelets, necklaces, pieces. She makes inset trays, cup holders, place holders, you name it. My mama makes it. Buypebbles.com. So she had her show on Sunday, and it's really dope to see, other women wearing my mom's jewelry and stuff. And I feel like now that my mom is making that stuff, I'm always very aware of other women's jewelry, and we'll talk about that. So that happened on Sunday. Monday, spin records at Atlanta Breakfast Club outside. I always enjoy doing that, being able to entertain a crowd of tourists, rather. But it's always good to be somebody that, when people come to Atlanta, they think about their trip, they're able to see me, and being able to have an impact on those people is super dope to me. So that's what I've been doing this week. I love to talk to you about what I've been listening to and what I've been reading. First of all, what I've been listening to, I'm still on this A. Murray. She dropped this album called The Angel You Don't Know. And I found one of her songs on somebody's IG, and then I just went down the rabbit hole, and I found out that she's a really dope Afro pop R&B type artist. She gives me like a mix between, like, she's like an Afro beat Doja Cat, and I really like Doja Cat. So that's who I've been listening to. What I've been reading, boom, The Spook Who Sat by the Door by my man Sam Greenlee. It's a wonderful book. It's about a black man based back in the 60s, infiltrating the CIA and just being on his game, being on top of his stuff. And it seems like at this point in the book where I'm at, he's starting to build a community that is going to infiltrate and get back at the powers that be. And so I'm not going to tell the whole book, but I will say that this book has been something that I've been having my head in the last couple of months. It's crazy. I went to Hawaii a couple weeks ago, and I left my copy of the book in the airplane, in that little seat, the seat pocket in front of you. I left it there, so I had to go back to Barnes and Noble and buy another one. So I would just recommend somebody pick up a book and just read something. Again, on today's show, we will be talking about gratitude, and because it's Thanksgiving weekend, so I will put this up here. What are you grateful for? And before I get to my man, DeOnYa, Caro Voice Media, I want to let you know I'm grateful for the opportunity to make a living on my own and to be in control of my time, and for the opportunity to make mistakes on my own and to be on this journey and to have feelings that have these feelings. Sometimes you don't know what's next. Sometimes you don't know what you're doing, what's going on. I'm grateful for that feeling, because that feeling makes me feel alive sometimes, man. I'm grateful for my daughter. I'm grateful to be doing my own show. No matter who's watching, I'm grateful to be here. So that's what I'm grateful for. Coming up next, right after the break, we will be bringing up my man DeOnYa, where we will be talking about his voiceover imaging radio production company, what he does professionally. He's also a father of two. We'll be talking about fatherhood. And I want to get his take on these Grammy nominations for Rap Album of the Year. So we'll have that next, coming up on Dropping Jewels with Julien Virgin. I'll see y'all shortly.
Julien Virgin.
Shoot that fucking video in front of your grandma's house and upload it, man. If the shit is clean, man, you'll get to where you need to be. So don't keep waiting until shit is, till you have all the fucking weapons and tools you think you need. You got that shit right now up here, then just go. And motherfuckers will see your talent shine through no matter what situation you in, and then you'll get where you belong. You know what I'm saying? It's cool.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next to Dropping Jewels with Julien Virgin, I would like to introduce you to a great friend of mine and somebody, a peer of mine, in which I respect, the founder, CEO of Caro Voice Media.
Owner, operator.
All that. You go ahead and ladies and gentlemen, y'all go ahead and make some noise for my man, DeOnYa. DeOnYa, what's the word, man?
Man, how you doing, bro?
Too blessed to be stressed, too anointed to be disjointed, my brother. How you feel?
Man, that was a bar. You just spit some bars. I'm gonna say an old school one. I won't kill nothing, won't let nothing die.
Hey, where'd you get that from?
That's old school, man. I don't know. I just heard it. I just heard it from my mom. And them used to say that when somebody be like, "Hey, man, what's going on?" And they would be like, "Man, I won't kill nothing. Won't let nothing die."
For sure, man. I like that. I like that saying, man. I'm actually gonna have to steal that. I'll give you credit the first 3 times I use it, though.
Nah, man, just some old school. I'm sure your pops probably heard that before, man. That's like old school talk.
I won't kill nothing, won't let nothing die. I like that. I
Yeah,
like that, man. Where you at in the world?
I ain't doing too much. Yeah, man, but I'm hanging in there, bro. I'm actually currently in Charlotte right now, man. I came to pick my son up. Came to pick my son up, and we're going back to Atlanta tomorrow, and he gonna be with us for the holidays. And my pop's gonna slide through. Man, I hadn't seen my dad in like 6 years. So man, that's awesome.
Man, that's beautiful, man. I think that goes right in line with the topic that I wanted to hit on with you today, man. It's just the elements of fatherhood. What goes into being a father, man. It sounds like 3 generations of men in your family are gonna be able to link up today, man. You getting your son from Charlotte, and then you being able to see your dad, man. Like, I'm sure things come full circle. Now that you're a pops of 2. Um, One, how does it feel to be picking up your son from Charlotte and being able to spend time with him during this holiday?
I'll be honest with you, man. It's you can't really right wrong sometimes. You can only learn from them and try not to repeat them. So it's like I didn't grow up with my pops. I grew up in North Carolina, but my dad was in New Jersey. So I was kind of put in the same situation where when me and my son's mother split, I had to go chase my dream in order to provide for him. You know what I mean? I could have stuck around, but I wouldn't have been no good to him because I wouldn't have maximized. And I think he deserved better, so I had to move. And with that moving, I still had to make uh, a very serious effort to get our father son bonding in because I didn't get a whole lot of that with my dad. So
Mm.
I wanted to kind of break that cycle. You know what I mean? So now, shit, I got to go get him, man. Hey, man, it's the holidays. I got a daughter, and he has a little sister. I'm going to get him, man. I can't get caught up in, oh, mom getting them to me or me to, nah, man. I get on the road, take that 3.5 hour ride so we can get our bonding on. And not only that, so he can bond with his sister because, it'll be when I'm no longer here, it'll be them.
I like the way you put that, man, and I'm also curious, just taking it a step further, your relationship with the mother of your child, man. When did it get to the point to where you can just grab him on a holiday?
Oh, it was always like that. One thing I will say is, bro, everybody's situation is different. With me, just in general, and maybe to a fault sometimes, I'm very clear and very intentional about things. And when me and my son's mother, when we split, the thing was, we'll never allow any third parties into our relationship as far as our kid goes. And 2, we're just not together, but he's our main focus. So as much as I want to see him, I can, until she says, well, we're doing something else this time, get him on the next one. Like, I literally, bro, I'll be honest with you, since I came back down south to Atlanta, my son has been with me every Thanksgiving and every Christmas since 2015.
So you're the mother of your child. She doesn't have any issues with that.
Nah, it's nothing to have an issue with. It's more or less like, sh- shit. He lives with her. You know what I mean? So he's always there.
Right.
And not only that, man, moms want breaks, bro. They want breaks, and and also we communicate. So if she says, hey, well, we're doing something this year, I'm gonna keep him here, and you do Christmas, we'll swap. That's cool too. Or if she just says shit like, I'm doing some things this year and I want him to stay here, it's okay. You know what I mean? It's perfectly fine because it has to. I'm sure there's a reason why that is. Other than that, it's whatever. If I say, hey, I'm not gonna get him this year, she'll be like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? It's not a nothing to debate or agree or disagree on. It's literally, oh, you want to come get him? All right, cool. He gonna stay here? All right, cool.
I feel like I'm in that zone right now where I feel like things are all very new, and um there's an obstacle that needs to get resolved when it comes to the times that are being spent with my daughter. And I I could just speak on my situation. I think my girl, she always wants to be around the baby. So when you say like moms need breaks, yeah, I agree with that. But she, I
Yeah.
it's
But you
it's
also got to keep in mind, my son is 11, your daughter is 1, so she's still baby mode. You know what I'm saying?
for
It's
sure.
there's gonna come a time. Our daughters are the same age, and
Yeah.
I tell her mom that all the time. She's like, "Well, da 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 da," and I said there will come a time, maybe when the kid gets 4 or 5, and it'll switch from mom to dad, because
Facts.
dad is gonna be want to run and jump and play and be active all the time, and mom may not feel like it. You know what I
That's
mean? It just that's just how it works, bro. Like my son, in 2 days, soon as we get to Atlanta, he'll be like, I want to see mom. I want to see mom, right? But soon as he gets back home, 2 days go by, I want to see dad. I want to see dad. That's it's not a perfect science to it. It's that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? Kids, and the beauty is that you are there, that anytime there is a need for alternative, there's no better alternative than the dad.
Ah, man. Well, I appreciate you saying that, and it makes me what you just said makes me think about something somebody else told me. They were like, "Yo, there's gonna be a time where like you as a father, you're gonna be leaned on more than you are right
Hmm.
now at this point.
Hmm.
Like, just
Yep.
it's just like how coaches say like, yo, just stay ready. You be sitting on
Yep.
the bench for a while, but when your number's called, you got to be ready to play because your number's gonna be called, and you gotta have to play some big minutes in the game.
But you also have to. I'll tell you too, man. I don't know if you noticed this, but I definitely do. So my daughter is under her mom all the time, and vice versa. You know what I mean? My girlfriend is, oh my baby. But when I come home, when I walk in the door, they don't get excited to see mom like they get excited to see dad.
That's a fact.
When I'm telling you, man, when I open the door or when the keys jiggle, my daughter's already running towards the door, and she gets so excited. And you know what? And on the flip side, what my daughter's mom says, she never does that for me. You know what I'm
They be
saying?
hating on that. They be low key hating on that inside, huh?
Yeah. So it's gonna be this. It's gonna be this way, man. You know what I mean? Because kid, like, and it's still they are still very young. So it's gonna be so many different changes going on, man. Like you see it within a week, man. Our kids grow so fast that they change, they switch. A lot of the things that you do, they are mimicking. You know what I mean? That you might not even pay attention to. So it's not a bad or good thing. It's just that's just the way it is, because like I said, my son's mom, shit, you want to come get him for 2 weeks? Come on, because he's 11.
Yeah,
He's not
yeah, it's
a kid.
work. It's work
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. Now talking about you said you're gonna see your dad for the first time in 5 years. Now that you're a father and you're now more mature. I mean, how old are you now, DeOnYa?
39.
39. You're 39 now, man. now that you're just a lot more mature and you have a lot more seasoning, do you see a lot of similarities between yourself and your dad?
I think so, but I think my mom can see it more. But I think, man, no matter how much we try to fight it, bro, our dads and our uncles, we're gonna be just like them, bro. It may be in your name. It may just be in your name,
Yeah,
but you inherit a lot of the same stuff. It's in your genes, man. You know what I mean? Luckily for me, I tell you what, the number one thing that I think I do see in myself that's definitely in my dad is we work hard to provide. There's no real, it's unapologetic sometimes where it's like, hey man, I don't have time to explain to you why I have to do this. Just know in 5 years, this is why I had to do it. You know what I'm
facts.
saying? That sacrifice. Like I said, I didn't grow up with my dad. I didn't see him a lot. But my dad he told me, he said, man, if I ever pass away, you should be straight. You know what I'm saying? Like he might not even know how to articulate the fact of saying, hey man, I wasn't able to do this, this, and this. But shit, I didn't do that. But hopefully this may help. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And it,
Facts.
it and that's not something that has to be, but if he feels that way as a man, as much as I could feel like, damn, man, I wish I'd have spent more time with my dad, man. I wish I'd have been able to do this and this and that. As a man and being in his position now, I'd be like, damn, well, I do understand a little bit.
Right. Right. I feel like now that I'm getting a little older, I'm able to understand like why my dad moved the way he moved, and I'm also able
Yep.
to see a lot of similarities between him and I, just like how we move and how we think. And look, on the other side of the break, we're gonna talk about what you do professionally, why you do it professionally, and then I also want to get into a little bit of hip hop talk, man. We got a couple more minutes left on the show, but we're gonna cut to break real quick. We'll be right back with my man DeOnYa, aka Caro Voice Media, the founder, the owner, the operator of Caro Voice Media. We'll be right back here on Dropping Jewels with Julien Virgin.
Shoot that fucking video in front of your grandma's house and upload it, man. If the shit is clean, man, you'll get to where you need to be. So don't keep waiting until shit till you have all the fucking weapons and tools you think you need. You got that shit right now up here, then just go. And motherfuckers will see your talent shine through no matter what situation you in, and then you'll get where you belong. You know what I'm saying? It's cool.
That right there was my man Currency, the hot spitter. When I interviewed him a couple years ago, he was talking about just putting out the work, and people gonna find the work when you put it out. And you can find that interview at julienvirgin.com or on YouTube, youtube.com/julienvirgin. When I hear my man Spitta say what he just said, it makes me think about you all the time, DeOnYa, and the simple fact that you're unapologetic with putting out what you do and how you do it, and you're consistent with when you put it out. No matter how many people is looking at it, liking it, you putting it out, and I respect stuff like that, man. So if you would, man, tell me what you do. Like, how would you surmise what you do, and then follow that up with why you do it?
Um, I will say that I am uh, an audio branding specialist.
Mm,
You know what I mean? And basically, I create or can create promo in a form of audio for any kind of company, any kind of business, or anything. And that's basically it. I just use my voice, and I create something um specific for whatever it is you're trying to sell or whatever point you're trying to get across. And You know, we make it try to make it sound as big as possible. You know, it doesn't matter how big it is, pause, but we just want whatever it is you represent, we want it to sound as grand as possible.
How long did it take you to be able to like truly clearly articulate who you are and what you do? Because you said you're an audio branding specialist. Is that what you
Yeah.
said?
Yeah.
How long did it take you to like actually say, hey, I am an audio branding specialist?
Probably, man, out of a bunch of years, probably like 3 years ago. Like I realized that what I do, I'm literally a specialist. Like it's not a there there are a bunch of people that do voiceover, but there aren't a bunch of people that do what I do. I got like my own little niche, you know what I mean?
For sure.
And my maybe it's my style that helps it. Um, but it probably 3 years ago, man. My boy, I was talking to my guy Jay Hicks, man. His name is like Crypto King or something like that on Instagram, man. He's a radio guy, but he's our age and he's like real smart. And he was like, man, you audio brand, bro. That's what you do. You brand businesses and stuff using audio. So whether it's your voice, whether it's sound effects, whether it's music, whatever it is, I'm creating an audio version of branding or marketing for whatever it is that you're trying to sell.
I respect
And
that, man. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Let me cut you off.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just telling you, man, I respect it, man. I respected it since I met you. And I mean, I see the amount of work and effort that you put towards the craft, man. And that's honorable in itself, regardless of who's watching, who's liking, who's doing this. Like you putting it out, man.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
uh
the likes and the numbers are first of all, the likes and numbers aren't real. I'm gonna tell you. I can only speak to myself when I say this. I see a lot of shit on social media that I love and I never hit the like button. But I see
for sure.
it. And I see it. So the numbers are like smoke and mirrors, man. You can't really judge success when they say men lie, women lie. Numbers don't. That's not true. Numbers lie too, but it's the exposure, my guy. That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? It's the exposure. If you ever go car shopping, those guys treat everybody like a potential buyer, whether you buy or not. A lot of people go out there just to browse, but those headhunters get on you and they can convince you to buy their product. So I just want you to see it. I can't. My responsibility, our responsibility is if we have businesses is to have a good product, be professional, and we have to be visible. We have to be seen. I can't use you if I don't know you exist.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
1,000%, man. I've been in this space here recently where like I haven't really been putting a lot out intentionally. And I was talking to somebody the other day and I was saying, and I still haven't found the correct words, but you you see in this content driven society that we're in right now, it's like if you're not posting, you're not relevant in a sense, right?
Right. Right.
I guess I'm in this space where I'm trying to figure out where I fit in that space. Cause I'm not trying to be somebody that's just posting just to post all the time.
I get it. I
And
get it.
I'm
And that,
also just really just trying to figure out who I am in this space and who I want to be. And whether and why I'm doing it. I think the why behind what you're doing is always matters to me the most. It's like, am I doing this to get my ego stroked? Am I
well,
doing this for a couple likes, for a couple? Am I doing this to promote? And then I have to ask myself too, and this is something that the conversation I have with myself. I'm sure your dialogue is different, but it's like, is it necessary for me to let everybody know what I have going on? But from your explanation right there, basically saying our job is to make sure that people understand what we do. I agree with you on that. There's no argument
I,
there.
I wouldn't even say understand. I would say they know they know what you do. It's like this, bro. I don't know why you make cookies to sell. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. I don't know. You know, your grandmother could have inspired you. You know what I mean? Anything. I don't know. I don't care. I just want to know where can I buy them and if they're good. It's literally that simple. When you start trying to overthink it, then you dilute what it is because everything you said can apply. You know what I mean? Some people post to get their ego stroked. That might keep them from killing themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's literally that simple. Some people aren't loved in real life, so they have to find love, whether it's fake or not. But it does something for them. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
It's not a it might not make sense, but what it is you if you DJ weddings, I need to know that you DJ weddings. I don't need to know why. I don't need to know how much what your prices are, how I know or what kind of weddings. I just need to know that you DJ weddings. And then I will anything more I need to know, I will reach out to you for.
Inquire.
Yeah, that's what we're business people. You know, we have if I would almost be more understanding to what you're saying if you weren't an entrepreneur. If it was just your personal stuff, yeah. But you're an entrepreneur, bro. You are a business. You know what I'm saying? You yourself are a business. If you post a picture, I'll tell you what I used to do, man. I used to just post all audio, all audio, all audio. And one day I said, "Damn, man, I have to let people know that I'm not a robot, that I'm just like them." So I posted a picture of myself, and people were like, "Oh man, I never knew what people that do that look like."
That's real.
Now it's real now because oh shit, he looked just like us.
Yeah,
That makes me like it even more, or that maybe inspire somebody. Like you never know what God uses you for.
that's a
You
fact.
be just used. Oh man, this dude, I'm talking about you. You're a young, articulate guy. You got braids in your hair. Oh shit, man, my braids is cool. I can still be articulate and I can still handle business and have braids. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Already.
just never really know what people take from people. Definitely gonna dissect it, but that's just life. You know what I mean? That's how it goes. But your positives being being that you are a positive person, you got to know that your positives are gonna be more of an inspiration to others, and that is gonna cause like what they call that's gonna just give you even more vibrations in return.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you saying that. I appreciate you saying that, and that's why I wanted to bring it up to you. I guess I just been in this space where I'm trying to figure things out. You know what I mean? I'm really just I'm it's a part of the journey, and this part of the journey, I guess I don't want it to be as vocal. But you're right. Like I am a business, and I had to look at it like that. Thankfully, I've gotten to the point to where my business is kind of in autopilot, and and like things are flowing. People understand what I do, and I'm getting hit up on my email all the time. And Instagram isn't
Yep.
necessarily the place where a lot of my business does come. But you do notice a lot of people, they always ask like, "Hey, what's your IG?" I try to always send them to my website. That's where I really build a lot of my platform. But a place like Instagram, which is a social media platform that I use most frequently, I guess I just haven't really been in the space to really promote what I've been doing here recently, and I guess that's really only a detriment to myself. But thankfully, things are moving in a direction to where I can take a couple weeks off and still be able to be doing business outside of that. But you're 1,000% right with the way that you broke that down. That it's I am a business, and people need to understand what I do and how I do it.
Yeah, it's not always to get something. Sometimes it's just it's good. It's good. I put it like this, man. If you ever order food from like DoorDash or whatever, they can just drop the food at the door. But when you see somebody drop the food, you feel a little bit better about it for some reason.
It's that customer service, that little touch.
Yeah, like okay, then cool. You know what I mean? Because if it just showed up, it would just be mysterious to you, and you might not even appreciate it as much. Like we also appreciate the work. You know what I mean? Sometimes like if I post a video working and I mess up, like bro, people think that we don't mess up.
These are facts because Instagram is a place
Yeah,
where you post no
like
mess.
bro, some of our shit is whack. I have people have told me like, yo, and I'm not feeling this one. Can you do it over? Like but that's reality. That's our reality. And the thing is, we don't have to like everybody can do different things on social media, just in life. That's what's awesome about it. Your truth and my truth aren't the same. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. All that matters is what we're doing. And you're gonna get the people that fucks with that are the people that are going to follow you. And the people that don't are gonna follow the other stuff.
For
You know what I mean?
sure.
It's like your own community. You got your own community.
Absolutely. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, that's my man DeOnYa, founder, CEO, the boss man of Caro Voice Media. Before we part ways here on Dropping Jewels with Julien Virgin, I want to talk to you about the Grammy nominations for Album of the Year, Hip Hop Album of the Year, rather. And let me make sure I'm getting this right. I want to make sure I am getting this completely straight, and I might need to pull up something else because I'm having issues finding this. For Hip Hop Album of the Year, and let's see, Complex.
Don,
Excuse me. I didn't have it pulled up all the way right. Best rap album nominees. We got Tyler the Creator, Call Me If You Get Lost. We got Certified Lover Boy by Drake. Donda by Kanye West. King's Disease 2 by Nas. And The Off Season by J. Cole. I want to know, who are you picking out of those five and why?
I ain't gonna lie, man. It's time for Cole to finally get his Grammy that he's been getting robbed of for years. But it's so tricky too because Nas won that last year, but King's Disease 2 is better than King's Disease 1. But it's gonna be Kanye or Drake at the end of the day, man.
At the end of the day, you just think that the Grammy gonna be the Grammys?
It's gonna be Kanye or Drake, and and Tyler. But man, his album was dope too, man.
Tyler's album was really, really dope. Him putting drama
incredible.
on there just to the next level. Him putting
That's
drama on there to the next
incredible. Level. It's tough. I Kanye or Drake is probably gonna win, but I will say this. This may have been one of the best category. This has been the best nominees I can think of in a while. All of these albums are pretty good, even though Kanye got like 30 some songs, man. I ain't never gonna tell you a story, bro. I didn't even get all the way through it. It's just too many songs for me.
I agree. I think the same with Certified Lover Boy too. It just had too many songs, man. And I mean, look, with a Kanye or a Drake, you figure you gonna hear it while you out. You gonna hear it on the radio. You gonna hear it at the. I'm happy that Tyler the Creator is getting some love. Obviously, he won Hip Rap Album of the Year a couple years ago with Igor, but that, in my opinion, that really wasn't a rap album. I think he admitted that at the when he won. He was like, I hate that I was even put into this box, but on this album, he was actually rapping, and it was fire. I personally have the Off Season, the physical copy of the Off Season in my car, and I'm going with that one because I think just on a level of just bars and just rapping, J. Cole took it to the next level. And I think it is his time to win. Hopefully he gets some act right on that.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I think I do think that it'll probably, well, you know what? Just so the Grammy people don't have a Kanye Drake a bunch of confusion to deal with, one of those other albums may just win just because.
Yeah, it depends on who's voting. We'll see, man. Before we part ways on dropping jewels with Julien Virgin DeOnYa, I want to know what you're grateful for, man.
I'll be honest with you, man. This is gonna sound so corny, but just being able to be alive, bro. Being able to get better every day, being able to try to set my family's future up in the right direction, being able to learn and grow and maximize on our gifts and our talents, and just what I mean, just all of the experience that we gain, man. There's nothing better than life itself, bro. Like, you get an opportunity to change something every single day, and everything falls under that. So your family, everything falls under the opportunity to just keep living out here, man, because life ain't promised and it's very short.
I received that, man. Whenever I play records, right? Because again, I don't even say I DJ, but I spin records every week, multiple times a week. But whenever I spin and whenever I crack the microphone, I always spit a word of gratitude. You know what I'm saying? That we have oxygen in our lungs and vision in our sight. You know what I'm saying? Because when you appreciate the little blessings, you get more, man. So the simple fact that we're just alive, man, is the biggest one. I'll let you know I'm grateful for your friendship over the years, man. You know, I met you, I think I was 22, 23, 24, around that time, man, where I was really figuring things out as I am now. But you was always a quality dude. And what do they say? Gratitude is the quality of being thankful, the readiness to show appreciation for, and to return kindness, man. So I'm grateful for you for being on my show today. So much more we could talk about. I even went over 12 minutes of our typical show time, man. But I just wanted to chop it with you, and we could sit here and talk for the rest of the night, man. But thank you for taking time to drop some jewels with Julien Virgin tonight, DeOnYa.
My brother, man, I just want to let you know I appreciate the opportunity, and you inspire me too, man. Like, even though you're younger than me, like, you definitely inspire me to keep pushing, to be better. And you're a man, you're a man's man, man. So, and I appreciate that too, because you don't run into a lot of guys like that anymore.
I received that, man. I look forward to getting a cigar with you here soon, sooner than later. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Today, this morning, I was thinking to myself, man, I'm eager for an opportunity to learn from somebody more seasoned than me in the industry. And I would definitely take an opportunity if it was the right opportunity for me to go back into like a corporate setting to do that. And I just gonna leave you with that, man. We'll continue to build on that moving forward. But I appreciate you dropping jewels with Julien Virgin.
Gang, gang, gang.
For sure, for sure. And ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this episode of Dropping Jewels and you would like to see and view more dope content, make sure you visit me at julienvirgin.com for all the latest, the greatest, and all sorts of content, man. From music to the wave to MMA content. I just hope y'all have a wonderful week and just continue to show gratitude, no matter if it's Thanksgiving or not, man. Always be thankful and be grateful for your blessings, man. Because once you are, those blessings always come back in return. Again, I'm Julien Virgin. It was my honor to drop some jewels with you. Peace.